Welcome everyone for more Subnautica modded. Last time I checked out the new ship mod and had a lot of fun just playing with a mod again. Even though it's a mod I'm not using now, I'm not going to use anymore this season. It's fun to test it out and just try things with it. So today I'm actually testing out two new mods. Both have been mentioned previously. One a bit more than the other, but I'm going to test them both out, and we're going to see if we can do something more with the power today. Now, you already know I have been using the wind turbines with problems, you know, but updates have been fixing things. And basically, they are producing 750 power each. Total capacity, they're producing quite steadily, and everything's fixed now so that they take even damage, you know, across the board instead of all the damage applying as it was in the past to one or two at a time. So everything is working fine with those, but that doesn't mean there's not room for improvement. So the first mod we're going to test is a new power production mod based around the idea of pressure. That is the water pressure. As far as the mechanics, the physics of how this actually works, I don't really know. But here's the thing. It doesn't show up on its own. There is a weird catch to this, okay? And I actually looked at this previously and was like, okay, confused. I can't find the thing. What's going on? It requires unlocking the wiring kit. Now, if you've already unlocked the wiring kit, what it's going to require is for you to go to your fabricator. And again, I'm using the all-in-one fabricator. You're going to go to the electronics. You're going to actually have to produce a wiring kit to trigger the unlock for this. I even tried this in creative mode. Does not work until you actually make a wiring kit if you've already unlocked the wiring kit. But once you've done that, you see I got an interesting little unlock there that I shouldn't have to worry about at this point. Now that I've got that done, we'll come over here and we have a new one, Deep Engine Mark 1. So we're going to place this down. Just, you know what? I'm going to turn off the snapping so I can kind of line it up. And right there. Okay. It's interesting. It said 500 of 500 power as I was building it, but now it's 750 power total capacity. That's different. All right. But 750, so it matches with the windmills. And basically it's based on your depth in the water and the amount of pressure from that, I guess, pushing down on this plunger type thing to produce current. The problem is, obviously you gotta use something to push back up. So wouldn't you be using the electrical current to power it back up? I'm not sure again on how that's supposed to work from a physics standpoint, but we're producing 1.5 watts per second. So not amazing, but not terrible. Let's see. We'll come down here. Let's just see how quickly this escalates. So that is 62 meters, 1.5 even. 69 meters, 1.55. What about right here as we go down into the jelly shroom? Not quite there yet, but almost there. 121 meters down, 1.96. Now at 62, I was at 1.5. And so now almost double that depth. I'm only up about 0.5. So I'm not going down twice as much in depth is not going to give you twice as much power production per second. And 232, 2.86. So from 62 meters down to almost 4 times as much. 1.5 watts per second. If it was going evenly, it would be producing 4 times as much. It'd be like 4 per second. So we're not quite getting that, but we are getting a good boost. You see just how fast it's going up. Not as fast as the wind turbines at this point. So I would say in terms of building near the surface, wind turbines are still going to produce a lot faster, especially depending on where you are in the water. But if you don't want to build along the surface a lot, this is looking like a good option. If you get too deep, solar power doesn't work, so thermal has to be the case, and thermal doesn't work if it's not hot enough. So this gives us an option to actually produce power, though I'm going to say I think it's a little fast, you know, anywhere else we want. And it doesn't have to be built on the base. It builds separately. So that's kind of a nice thing. You can build it like a whole set of these somewhere, and they could tie in with the power transmitter. So you could use this in combination with something else, like the marine turbines that I've used past season. Right now, it doesn't show anything as far as a damage system. No wear down on it, which to me, I kind of like, you know, that. I don't want to use stuff that I have to go and fix on a regular basis. But, you know, in some cases, the wear down makes sense from a logical standpoint. Now, I am going to test that mod just a bit more, but before I leave the base behind, I am also going to test out the FCS power storage mod, which people have asked for me to look at this, and I've, you know, always kind of shied away from it because for the most part, it's not a matter of how much power I have stored, it's how fast I'm consuming versus how much I am producing. If I'm producing plenty during the day, but at night it slows down because of solar, you know, and I start draining more, then that's a problem. It's, you know, not so much the storage amount, it's how fast I produce it. But we're going to test this out, and I guarantee my problem is the salt deposit. I'm pretty sure I probably am lacking the salt needed for this, which is kind of interesting. You need so much salt for power storage. Yep, it was the salt was the problem. So we make the power storage component, basically the main one, which you see what it uses. It's the same thing. It requires the FCS Tech Fabricator part, which again, I'm using the all-in-one fabricator, which just ties in with all of them. So use that, you go here, you make it. So you will need the FCS Tech Fabricator mod as well, just to make this. So can I place it? Yeah, I bet. There it is. Okay. Oh, I can't place it in here. That could actually be really useful in the Cyclops. Oh, I might actually keep this mod for after all, because if I can use it in the Cyclops, where I've had problems running out of solar power recently, this could be a very, very useful mod to have. Let's put it here. I'll take it with me if it works. Nice boot up sequence. You know, the FC, you know, Field Creator Studios, they're very good about the cosmetic element. You gotta give them that. So there we go. We've got basically 6 batteries. Batteries, power cells. I'm not sure which one it really is meant to be. Home, which kind of goes there. All right, so we're in, I guess that means charge mode because it's filled in, not that one. You see the battery's charging, so, and it's actually boosting my total power value. It's actually tying in with the Cyclops in terms of how much power I actually have. So I don't have ion power cells yet, but that basically has set me up to the level of having ion power cells in this thing. That's actually really useful for the Cyclops, at least. So before I go out again to test the pressure power mod, let's do this. And you notice it's doing that same thing. If I turn on snapping, it snaps weirdly on the walls in here, like everything else that snaps to the wall. So we're just going to do it without snapping. Put 1 in the base. We're going to let this sit. You see just how much my power total storage popped up there. Yeah, I got that. And we're in charge mode, 2000 power. I am not producing enough power at the moment. Granted, it is becoming nighttime. I'm not producing enough power to even apply a charge to it. Even though my power is going up, it is dropping enough as well that apparently this is not producing any charge for this. So it's still a matter of, in this case, I need to add either more thermal power, more wind power, or more solar power, because right now, just losing the solar power, I am now not producing enough power to even put a charge to it. So daytime, this will work fine, but we're gonna leave it for now. Also see how well the Cyclops is doing with the fact that the sun has gone down. So I'm here in the bulb zone now, very close to the drop down into the Lost River, we're going to test this in stages going down. So I've already tested it at like 62, 69, 120, 100. So, all right, so we're at 197, 2.57 watts of power. Basically 200 meters. You got to get a little over probably about 2.6-ish. We'll just say 2.6 watts per second at 200 meters. Okay, entrance into the Lost River tunnel section. We are 520 meters down, it says on that. So 516, and you see a little weirdness with the display there. Yeah, very weird on the display, but okay. 520 meters down, 5.16 watts per second. So we'll say 525 meters, we should be around 5.2. So definitely a good improvement, but still not like, you know, you're not doubling your output as you double your depth. So I'm in the lava zone, the inactive lava zone, and I've already heard a couple of the lava leeches jumping on the Cyclops. Of course, you know, it's not even moving, and they're just like, hey, power to eat. So all right, there we go. Went right past the 500 or the 1,000 meter. So I was right at 500 before. Let's go to 1,000. You see, it still shows 500 total power on there until you build it. Then it's 750. 1,008 meters down, 9.07 watts per second. So in terms of just raw power production, at this depth, this is way better than thermal. Absolutely way better, and it's super cheap. I mean, magnetite, aerogel, or some lubricant. Of course, down here you'd have to bring the lubricant. You have to bring gel sacks for the aerogel. So yeah, it's pretty much the same either way. But that output is definitely way better at this depth than thermal. So even down here, with as hot as it is in places, granted, building even on the lava at some points, you only get 50 degrees Celsius, whereas in the jelly shroom cave, building around those erupting geysers, I'm getting, 100 degrees Celsius, I think. Or not 100 degrees, it's like 90 degrees, something like that in a few places. Yeah, it's a big difference from lava to a geyser up above. But let's see. Almost 11 watts per second. I mean, look at how fast that's going. It's basically going up 11 because it's so close. So I'm now going into the very edge of the big active lava zone basin, where we got the other meanie, the other big guy in here. And that's going to be past 1,400 meters, 1,402, 12.2 watts per second. So that is just extremely fast in terms of depth. Again, I don't know how the depth, power production aspect is supposed to work from a physics standpoint. But as far as the mod goes, I definitely feel it needs some kind of drawback to using them, like maintenance. Not saying do the repair thing, but the deep drillers, like I said, they have lubricant that you have to apply. This has a similar moving part, that pump going up and down. It requires lubricant to build the thing. So why not just have it be you have to refill lubricant in it as the negative aspect? The faster it goes, the faster the lubricant drains, the more you have to put in. Kind of like the way the deep driller's working. So I'm charging back up a little bit. I've gained some thermal power. No lava leeches now to mess with me. So I'm getting some power going. Not as fast, but this never drained. So yeah, I'm assuming. Okay, that's. Oh, so it was not on. Okay, I was thinking it's like blank, like empty, like dark, and then like white for yes. So that was not on. Auto activate at 10 power, I guess. And we don't have base drain protection. You can sync against all of them, I'm assuming, in the same base structure. So we're in charge mode. If I do discharge mode, disable auto discharge. Okay, still charging up on this despite the fact that I am not charging my power cells any. Like here, these are not charging, but the battery storage is charging. Seems like that should be charging after the power cells charge. And I say I'm not gaining power right now. I might have another leech on the Cyclops. So let's do a deep driller here, because I'm not going to see it sticking, you know, out anywhere. And why am I missing something? Oh, wait, you know what? As always, it decides to equip that automatically. I'm just about to build something, you know, some other thing to put in there just so I won't have that problem. All right, so we got that. Obviously, solar power is not going to work down here. So let's do one of these. And it links automatically. So no power transmitter needed. That is a nice touch. Definitely a nice touch. Oh, ow. Not a nice touch. Since I'm not really building much. Oh, it ties in. And I get power like I have a base. So yeah, but it still ties into here. So that's worst case. Yeah, I'm getting the AI voice talking saying systems are online on a base platform. I'm just going to say this is a nice way to line them up very neat if you want to do this. And it can obviously tie into the base, but also tie into this. And are you kidding me? Stop. 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 And that's the standard 12 items per day, 0.7. So let's kick this thing up. Let's go for broke. Well, not broke. We're going for high volume at least. 200 per day. 17.7 energy per second. 17.7 watts per second. So that's basically, we'll just round up. We'll say 22 and 17. So that should be charging up. And that did not connect. That is too far away. So I am not keeping that one. I was going to fill the whole thing up, but that's not working. So you know what? Take this one out. I'm going to take the platform out. If it's not going to let them all link up without a transmitter, I'm just going to take the whole setup out, build them on the ground. And 4 should be good. All of them right at 11 power per second. And that is draining 17 per second. You see, it already drained down on the power storage on itself. All right, so that one's getting hit every time. That's going up by 3 to 4 points per second, because that's being drained, that's being drained. So at this point, unless that runs out, this won't get hit, that won't get hit. So this is only going to make a difference if I kick the power drain up even more. 500 per day. 500 per day. Let's see. That's still going by 11 because we're not out yet. That's going down by 19, 20 points every time. And so now, all right, so balancing 11. And that's going down by 9 to 10. Because I am draining 41.7 watts per second. Yeah, this is definitely a little bit overpowered, I'm going to say. Even for very relaxed play style, that's a little overpowered. It needs something that degrades. And I'm saying lubricant. Make it require lubricant for the pump mechanism. The faster it goes, the harder it works, the more lubricant you have to refill it with. Basically like the deep drillers do with lubricant as well. I think that would be a perfect fit. Instead of the repair aspect, you have to reload it with lubricant to keep the pump working. And it's already almost full of items. And I'm just letting it get everything. Actually, you know what? I need to fix this because we need to filter out the sand. I get to actually go. Yeah, I don't want sand. So I'll use that sand. I can make some quartz, but well, not quartz, glass from it. But yeah, I'm just gonna let everything else go for a moment and just stockpile. Now say it's time to add another rack. Actually, let's do another 2 racks for items. That's going to be over 500 more items I'll be able to cram in. What? Ooh, yeah, look how close I was getting. Yeah, I'm going to make some servers real quick. Well, I was going to make a bunch of servers, but apparently I ran out of stuff for advanced wiring kits. Meaning I'm probably am out of, if I had to guess, table coral samples. I don't have that many on board, so I bet that's what I ran out of. But still, that's another 144 items. And at the rate that's going, I probably just produced that 144 items in the time I took to do that. Yay! Down to 12% because I'm still having power drained by, I'm assuming, the stupid lava leeches. Yay! Middle of the day, or kind of late day, maybe. It's daytime either way. 68% solar quality. Yay, 4%, 70%. So it's morning. We're going up. We're improving, I think. So when I left, this had like no power in it. Surprisingly, I am still at 6,000 power, and my power is balancing out. So that's very interesting since these are broken. You see us not draining any power from it. That's empty. So I guess now, since I left the area and came back, it's rotated out what's draining power first. So probably my thermal plants and solar panels are draining before this. You know what? I'm going to get them repaired. Because that's more power production. Now we can actually see if the power storage here will build up enough with this. So even though my power cells are not fully recharged, this is still charging. This is still gaining power as part of the charge going to it. But on the base, it doesn't seem to be drawing that much of the power charge. Yeah, I'm at 14 of 2,000, 5%. It's not charging very fast. So you see, now I'm back to that point. Apparently, I'm now at 8,100. I am producing enough to do a true trickle charge into that. So I would have to really ramp up my production even more to truly make use of this here and charge it up enough during the day to maintain everything I've got going. So the Cyclops, it may be a good benefit to have, but it's still, I'm not producing enough to rapidly charge this to compensate for everything ultimately once I start draining from it during the night. So yeah, this is still not the best option for me in the base, but I'm gonna give it time to charge. I want to see what happens possibly when those break again. And there we go. Top row done. I decided to cut here because I might move the power storage stuff down here if I keep it in the end. Or I might put something else there and leave room for another mod because I can start another row. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the top row. I might put a 10th one there just to even it out a bit. Because each one fully populated with servers, that would be 2,880 items just on the top row. So 2 rows, 5,760 items. I think if I'm right, over 5,500. I can tell you that for sure. And I'm up to 2,592. And now I think I am out of something for wiring kits. Yep, I ran out of something for the wiring kits. Advanced wiring kit. I can make computer chip. I can make wiring kit. What? Okay. So I had to make the advanced wiring kit manually, but it still worked. Okay, now it's not working. Okay, that's weird. I could make one, but it didn't act like I could make one with the easy craft aspect. I'm out of table coral samples. That's what it is. It may have been I waited just long enough that perfectly timed it to be like, oh yeah, here you go, table coral sample that you need. I feel like I'm about to have to change this a bit. So yeah, look at that. I have 68 out of 100 items, and not a single one is table coral samples. That's still on high production value. I feel like, I mean, that's 2 of them is table coral samples, and I'm not using enough blood oil now to justify that. I'm kind of want to, you know what, take a bunch of blood oil out. Wish there was a quicker way to do this, but might just empty the blood oil out and destroy that one for now. Or, you know, trash that side of it and expand with another table coral sample just to boost it up faster. And that's the last of the blood oil. 95 in storage on the Cyclops. I think I've got enough blood oil to last me a little while. Once again, I have a -4 with 100 items in here. So, that's 78. That's 104 items between these 3, and then -4 for 100 items. I really don't understand where the negative number is coming in, but I've got way too many creep find samples and way too many deep shrooms. I think, yeah, that's on low too. So as the sun sets, I think I am going to keep the power storage mod for now in the Cyclops, at least, to see how everything balances out once I get my solar power kind of working out better, which is not going to work right now because, you know, sun just went down and I'm only at 37%. I should be all the way up to 100% if it wasn't for the drain to charge up the power storage, and the fact that the power storage adds another 2,000 points of power overall to my capacity. So I'm going to keep that in the Cyclops for now. We'll leave it in the base too. I still don't see the base having much benefit from it, but, you know, I'm going to leave it in there since I'm not going to be taking it out completely. So for now, I'm going to keep that one in. But I don't think I'm going to use the new deep engine. Again, it feels a little bit too overpowered for me. You know, I think some people might really appreciate it, especially in the deeper areas like the lava zone, for how much it produces. But to me, it seems just a little bit too OP. It doesn't cost much to make. There's no degradation of any kind. I feel the cost just needs to bump up a little bit, and there needs to be some kind of requirement like lubricant for maintenance on it. But that being said, I have saved and I have one more test to try before I call it quits with this mod. So I'm using creative mode. I am here in the, you know, out here in the dead area, the dead zone. And so we've got right here at the edge, you can see this is where it stops. Used to be it went way down much further than this, but they changed that with one of the updates apparently. So we got down to 1,100 meters, which we've gone deeper than that. So now I'm going to keep going down, assuming this will let me place out here. No, it won't. It is not letting me place out here. Man, that is... I was going to go all the way down where they used to have it. You could go down like 3,000 meters. I was going to try that. So, okay. Deepest you're going to get a result is in the active lava zone. And you're going to produce tons of power with the deep engine there. So if you want to try it out, that's where you're going to get the best results. I still say it's overpowered. So I am not going to keep using it, but I'm going to keep the power storage for now. So that's it. I am going to say goodbye to you and to these little guys right here. And yeah. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think about the mods, if you have any questions about the mods, and of course, if you have any suggestions, leave them below, and maybe the creators will see them, any ideas for the mods themselves. But that's it. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next video.